Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've been sitting here thinking about where I was exactly 1 year ago, and honestly, I need to share this with you because it's been quite the journey. So, picture this December 2024. I'm working with youth, creating this whole financial literacy program because I thought, yes, this is it. This is how I'm going to make a difference. And don't get me wrong, the young people that I work with were amazing. They were interested, they wanted to learn, they were engaged. But here's the thing, nobody tells you about when you're starting a business. Sometimes what looks good on paper just doesn't work in practice. I found myself marketing to both youth and their parents, and it was exhausting, like really exhausting. I was putting in all this work, all this energy, and the results just weren't there for the business. So I had to make a hard decision and let it go. Then I did what I think a lot of us do when something doesn't work out. I started grasping the straws, trying to figure out who else I should work with. I thought maybe couples, that could work, right? So I tried that for a bit. But here's where it got real for me. I'm a single parent, and I've been navigating my own money journey solo for a long time. I kept trying to convince myself that working with couples made sense because other people said it was good market. But every time I sat down to do the work, something felt, off. I wasn't aligned, I wasn't showing up as my authentic self, and that lack of alignment, you can feel it in your bones. After that, I had another bright idea. I thought, maybe what I really need to do is create a club or a membership space where parents, couples, and youth could all come together and learn about money as a community. I imagined a space where everyone could share their money stories, support each other, and grow together. That vision came from my own experience. When I was working through my money challenges, what really helped me was joining networks of people who were going through similar issues. We didn't do it alone. We shared, we learned, and we sought help together. So in my mind, creating a community like that felt like the best method. But when I launched that club idea, reality hit. People told me they didn't feel comfortable sharing their money story in public, even if they were struggling. The idea of sitting in a group and talking openly about money felt too vulnerable. So again, I had to accept that even though the concept was powerful in theory and it had worked for me personally, it just wasn't working for my clients in the way that I hoped. That's when I made probably the best decision of my entire year. I just stopped. I sat still. I gave myself permission to actually figure out who my ideal client was instead of chasing what I thought I should be doing. I hired a business coach. Yes, even coaches need coaches. And we did the deep work, the reflection work, to write it all down and get really honest with your self-work. And what came up for me was this realization about who I actually am and what I bring to the table. See, I study social work with feminist perspective. I train as a therapist, but here's something I've never really talked about openly. I realized I didn't want to do traditional therapy because I wasn't ready. I wasn't a healed woman myself, and it was hard for me to hold space for other people's pain when I hadn't processed my own. But here's the beautiful part. I've done that work now, and I want you to understand what I mean by the work, because this wasn't just reading a few self-help books. For about 15 years, I've been attending seminars, working with therapists, working with coaches, working with healers. I've invested in my own healing, my own trauma work, so that I could show up whole for the people that I serve. And somewhere along that healing journey, I discovered that I absolutely love working with money, like really love it. But not in the traditional finance way. Because let me tell you, what I've seen in the traditional finance world, and this is important, the traditional finance world looks at people and expects them to already be ready for investing, ready to save, ready to build wealth. And if you're not, there's judgment. If you don't have enough money, I can't work with you. That's the message so many people get. I got that message too. There's no space in traditional finance to help people work through their money trauma first, to help them get ready for saving or investing, to meet them where they are. And that's a huge gap. And here's something else that really opened my eyes: the restrictions women face in the finance world. Even today, if a woman is married or in a common law relationship, some financial advisors won't work with her unless her husband is present. Think about that for a second. As a therapist, I know something that the finance world doesn't always understand. Sometimes women need to work on their money privately so they can feel safe enough to make decisions that actually work for them. Financial clarity isn't just about numbers. It's about safety, autonomy, and having options. When I put all this together, my own healing work, what I learned from being a therapist, and what I saw missing in the finance world as a financial advisor, that's when it clicked. This is why I want to do trauma-informed money coaching, especially with women, because women are often excluded from support in saving and investing and building wealth. The system wasn't designed with us in mind. So when I work with women through a trauma-informed lens, I get to witness something incredible. I see how money brings freedom. I see how when women have financial clarity and confidence, they don't just change their own lives, they change their families, their communities, their children's futures. They become better versions of themselves. They support the next generation. That's where I can make the biggest impact. That's where my credentials, my lived experience, and my passion all comes together. So here we are at the end of 2025, and I want to reintroduce myself to you. I'm a trauma-informed money coach who specializes in working with women. I help you gain financial clarity and confidence by combining trauma-informed frameworks with actionable strategies. Whether you're a high-earning professional making tough career decisions, an entrepreneur figure out your next investment, or someone who just wants to feel less anxious and more empowered around money, that's where I show up for you. No judgment. No, you should already know this. Just real support, real strategies, and real transformation. And honestly, I'm so excited about 2026. I've got some heart-centered money content coming your way that I think you're really going to love. Real conversations, real strategies, real transformation. If this resonates with you, if you're sitting there thinking, yes, I need this kind of support, I'd love to connect with you. I'm offering 15 minutes free calls where we can figure out how to work together and how I can best support your journey. The link is in the description below. And if you found value in this video, please hit the like button. Drop a comment below telling me about your own money journey, and subscribe because there's so much more coming in the new year. Well, here's to 2026. Here's to alignment. Here's to doing the work that actually matters. Here's to women supporting women in building the financial freedom we deserve. See you in the next one.
Okay, let's go.